Hey YouTube, here it is, a video review on Kingdom Come Superman. This particular Superman is actually from the JSA line, from Series 2, which was Cyclone, Stargirl, Hourman, and obviously Kingdom Come Superman. So there was the reactivated version, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I'll get to that later. So this is a 2010 figure that I picked up basically like a few months ago. I'm a comic shop around $10. It came in your standard open box packaging, which you don't really need to see, and it came with this basic stand. Actually stole this off Green Lantern, but they're all pretty much the same. They're not personalized. And he stands. He has a right there. Let's see if we can get him on. I usually don't display them with, but he stands fairly well, like so. He stands out with it, but like I said, I don't really use the stands. They stand around 7 inches tall, so this guy's a bit taller than the other Kingdom Come figures, and that's understandable because they're a different line. The thing I like about this sculpt is, well, first of all, I love the design. I love that. I love that S symbol. I love how aged he looks. It's not overdone. Nothing about it is overdone. The muscular structure isn't. It's subtle. It's not like overly exaggerated. It's kind of redundant to say, but you get what I mean. Like everything looks very, very nice. I like the blue they used. And the way the cape drapes in the back. There's no S on the back, but that's just part of the design. And this is basically my favorite S symbol. My favorite Superman symbol is my favorite shield. I love this thing. Anyway, articulation wise, I'm not one of those people who, say, oh, the head can move 360. I'm not gonna do that to my figures, just because I want to keep the joints nice and sturdy, nice and tight. But his head does swivel, and I'm assuming he can move all the way around. His arms are on a, I guess, ball socket joint. You can lift it up all the way unless you turn it, like so. You got wrists right there, and elbows. I like how the joints still don't look very obvious. He doesn't have a lot, but he doesn't really need it. At least that's what I think. His legs move forward and they bend at the knee, just to give a little bit of variety, but really you're just gonna have him in this static pose. So let's just have a closer look on him. As with most of these figures, they're based off of Alex Ross's artwork. So it's very, I love the face sculpts on these. They're very realistic, I guess you can say. It's Kingdom Come Superman, so he's a bit aged. Takes place like in the future. I don't like the way they did this though. My same issue with the way they did it on Aquaman, and how the kind of the gray hairs, or in this case, it looks kind of white. The way the hair is done, it doesn't look very natural. Looks very splotched on. Not a huge fan of it. Now I got this brand new, but I'm very picky, so you can see it right there. There's a few little nicks I will complain about. For example, this thing, which I believe that's just leftover residue of glue. You got some paint bubbles like that right there. You got like a nick of red there. Most people wouldn't notice these things, but like I said, I'm very picky. The blue is coming off a bit lighter just because of my light, but it's a deep blue. It's a very nice blue. And the cape, the sculpting on the cape, fabric, rubber cape. Depending on the figures, I do like the regular fabric capes, but this being a DC Direct figure, I'm fine with it. His boots right there. And I'm glad this didn't suffer the case of, you know, like mismatched like colors. For if you've seen some figures where it's just like one red is deeper than another, or just like they don't use the same shades. One little thing I've noticed, you can kind of see here, is a tiny bit of his arm is missing. So there's a little tiny gaping hole there, where you can see a bit of the wrist joint, but it's not going to ruin the overall look. Nice glossy S-shield. So yeah, it's a very nice figure. We can get into some size comparisons. Now, like I said, they're not the same. Since they're not the same figure line, they're not going to be exact same scale. So there's a case here where Superman, he just towers over the Flash. This is a Kingdom Come Flash, which I forget which series it's from, but it's Kingdom Come nonetheless. You can see right there, towers over him. And then if we bring over Batman, over here, you know, you can see he's just kind of like that. There are some figures though that kind of match up very nicely, like Aquaman. If actually, I'll go get him. Whoa! Sorry, I was grabbing Green Lantern at the same time, and his sword kind of fell out. It has a tendency to do that. But get Aquaman in frame here. If I move Bats out of the way, and you can see it's not the exact same, but it's a bit closer in scale. So you're only really going to notice it up close, but from afar, I mean, they look very nice together. Let's put Flash right here. Like they look really nice to have in a Kingdom Come JLA lineup. Yeah. So the reasons why I got this version over the original one is it's certain things where I probably have a picture up while I'm talking about this. I don't like the way he's posed. I don't like the overall sculpt of it. I don't like the face. It doesn't look as accurate as this one does here. The overall figure doesn't, as in like the body figure, like the way it flows just looks very. It looks very underwhelming. As this one, it feels a lot more imposing, feels a lot more heroic, I guess. And then there's the whole obvious neck joint that I don't like. The very obvious neck joint. Now, I'm not sure whether or not the picture I'm probably gonna have up is gonna be the reactivated version, which is gonna have a lighter blue. Now, I'm not sure if the original one released was a deeper blue. But at least the reactivated version, the pictures I see most, I don't like the blue one. That's a bit too light for my taste. Let's actually put him. Forgot one more size comparison with Green Lantern. There, and actually he's significantly taller than this one. I got a little dust on my fingers. Should really clean them off. But yeah, very nice to have in your collection. I'd say this is a definite buy if you're a Superman fan. Just a nice Superman to have that looks different. You know, so you don't have like a bunch of them look the same with the whole yellow and red. It's classic colors, but I mean it's nice to have a bit of a change up. So here he is, JSA Kingdom Come Superman from DC Direct. See you next time.